Hello and happy Monday to you. And thank you, as always, for continuing in the conversation with us about the transformation of mental health through social work and social work power and all of the things that comes with. We have been having this conversation for a little while now to begin to really explore what this whole idea of transformation of mental health means. We have gone through different transformations, even in the topic that we're talking about, whether or not it's truly the transformation of mental health, the transformation of health, and now sort of being in a position where it's about the transformation of services, and how services are delivered so that they are fully integrated and inclusive, and are services that people choose to participate in because they are non-stigmatizing and inclusive, as we talked about. All of this at some point, the conversations that we're having, the think tank that we're part of, the articles that we're writing, all of this leading to a panel that Sweet Institute is planning to put on that would include different ways in which we are looking at, number one, different ways in which we are looking at this transformation, and being able to really explore this from a place of freedom rather than from the place of the constraints of the system as it currently operates. So, and we have been using the articles in some sense. We've been using some of the articles to launch some of this conversation, so that there is direction and intentionality in the kinds of ways in which we're speaking about this. And so this is the current article that we are using to start this conversation, and it's unveiling the strengths of social workers. And we've talked about a number of the different elements, and last time we talked about holistic problem solvers. Today we're going to talk about this idea of cultural humility, which really is very foundational and very much aligned with and akin to what the role and the intention is of what it means to be a social worker. And so to read it, diversity is a hallmark of societies, and social workers celebrate this diversity by embracing cultural humility. They respect and understand that the cultural nuances that shape individuals' lives, ensuring that their interventions are sensitive to the different backgrounds and benefits and beliefs, excuse me. And so in this exploration of what cultural humility is, part of it becomes this, in the transformation of mental health and what it is that we are looking at. It is also looking at the cultural context in which people live, and as a clinician, being comfortable with in real cultural humility as a clinician, as a social worker, really being comfortable with, I am the other, not the person who is here for services. And in that role, being able to really listen to the experiences of other individuals from the place of being the other in the room, and not the assumption that because our clients enter the room that they are suddenly the other, because it still maintains the position of authority that we continue to hold on to in whatever degrees in which we do. So it really, cultural humility and taking that into the conversation about the transformation of mental health. And this came up in part of our conversation that we had in our think tank, and in one of our other meetings that we have with a primary work group, about really being able to take a step back, and the inclusion of people with lived experiences in the conversation to guide what it is also that is necessary for the transformation of services, the transformation of access, whatever it is, the transformation, so that whatever is created, we're not still in this place of professional centrism where I know what's best. And I know what it is that people need, when I know most of the time, not all the time, but I know most of the time what I need. So my assumption to be able to know what it is that somebody else needs really can become very problematic. And I think it's what has, and it's one of the reasons why I think anyway, we are in the situations that we currently are. So I'd love to hear from you. Please put something in the chat box, let us know, and have a wonderful rest of your day. And we look forward to continuing the conversation.